Welcome to my first kind of unscripted developer commentary for RPG Maker. Um, as I said in what video was it? One of the videos, I had four concepts of games that I really wanted to try and make, and not only did I ask it in that video, I took it to a few other places in my social circles, and I asked more people there, and I got a decent variety of answers. Now, I then went and researched a lot more about what RPG Maker MV, especially for the PlayStation, can do, and I had to kind of trim a couple games for being a bit out of scope for RPG Maker MV, specifically what I wanted it for. That was Concept 2, the Gacha one, and the D&D one. It was just out of scope for what I wanted to do with it, which left the class-based one and the Fear and Hunger-esque one. And I do want to come back and do the other one eventually, but what I eventually decided on was Concept 3, the Fear and Hunger-esque one, as the map requirements for it are less, and the map limits is really what's my stop here. It's what is gonna hold me back. And I'll say now, up front, I'm not good at map making. I, it's not my favorite part of the process. So please forgive the maps you're gonna see here. They're not good. But we will jump into what I have now called Town, and we will have a poke around for a bit and see what I've done with 21 hours on the docket. Now, the first thing of important note as I go into everything is I absolutely prefer this database over the PC one. PC database is very much, it throws you in and expects you to swim. This one here, it 100% just lets you do things. Like, for example, if I go to skills, the damage formula here, this is not on the PC version, and I think this is so much better than how they do it on PC. But, you know, biases. So, Town. A lot of it draws inspirations from Fear and Hunger. So here I have this little map for the 14 characters that are frequent appearances. I will be adding more to the NPC characters that can show up as I get to developing. Now, I I basically envision this game being split into 4 separate levels with their own map areas in them. So I'm going to start with what I've done here in Area 1, which is the surface level, and we'll go from there. So, right off the bat, every character I want eventually to be playable. At the moment, I only have 4 up to code. That is Frankie here, Haida, Quinlan, and Lucius. I have ideas in mind for 2 others, but I eventually want all 14 characters to be playable, with other characters stepping in to take up their dialogue lines and cutscenes. Now, I'm just kind of going all over the place. So we'll start with the database. So there are more than 14 characters in here, and that is kind of by choice. So these 6 here are the ones that I have planned: Frankie, Haida, Quinlan, Lucius, Argus, and Killian. And you may notice that they're pretty much all pre-cum assets. Like, I haven't made these characters. And the reason I did that is whenever I make a project on the PC version, which none of them have ever been shared, by the way, I challenge myself to do something. With this one, I challenged myself to have the 14 main characters be pre-made. Like I wouldn't make any of these characters. Now, there are a few exceptions. They come in some of the spell characters and Gus. So every character has 5, 6 skills that they will learn through the story. And how this works is no one starts with anything. If I go to classes, no one will start with skills. And how I plan this is that there will be a merchant that will sell skills in exchange for a currency that I have. And so you take the currency to this merchant and you get to purchase your skill sets. Some of them are passives, some of them have benefits in and out of battle, and some of them are strictly for battle. Now, I want to just kind of point out that this engine feels a lot more fluid to like break in half than regular Envy. And like as I continue on, there is two spells that I have, 3 spells technically that I have that draw heavy inspirations from other spells in Fear and Hunger. And they are Summon Blood Golem, Shadow Twist, and one more Necromancy that I haven't made yet. And what this does is it summons a ally to you that you can dismiss at will with locked equipment. Now, Summon Blood Golem will be exclusive to Hyder, as it's in his spirit category. So it'll cost him 399 HP to summon it, but it can't knock him out. So if he has less than 399 HP, it'll just bring him down to 1. Shadow Twist is on Argus's skill spirit, but it is obtainable in other ways. And Necromancy will be in Calliope's skill spirit. And I should probably explain that. So, the spirits. This is again kind of inspiration ripped straight from Fear and Hunger. In Fear and Hunger 2, every character had their own soul that they dropped when you killed them, and you could then use that soul to get more skills at the skill hexen, I think it's called. And I've emulated that somewhat here, with every character having their own spirit, plus 2 more for the other characters that have spirits in Ildentown. The evidence book is another thing that I've got. You kind of get it from the start, and it's basically there just to keep track of the 4 important things that are happening around Ildentown, which I'll explain more later. Creature heads. That is the currency that I mentioned earlier. You can harvest these heads off enemies when you beat them in battle. But, of course, the catch is, once you take the head, the corpse liquefies and you cannot loot anything else off it, so it's the last thing you want to do, or just don't do it at all. Yeah, so I'll start by going down these characters, the 4 that I have finished, and then we'll kind of like look at some of the other stuff. Frankie here, she's the thief, obviously, from her nickname and class description, and she has the Bright Spirit. So the spirits do actually represent parts of their personality, just not entirely clear why. Hyder is the Lonely Mage, and he has the Hollow Spirit. Quinlan is the Defender and has the Noble Spirit. And Lucius is the Sailor and has the Twin Spirit. The other two characters I want to be playable before I release a demo or of any sort will be Argus, the Smooth Soul, and Killian, the Smooth Spirit, and Killian, the Reliable Spirit. Now, there are 3 characters marked as zombie, and as you see here, they're the first exception to the... and the Blood Golem, but they're the first exception to the no generated characters rule. In Elden Town, there will be 3 corpses dotted around the map in the first area, so Elden Town itself, that you can find, and if you have the Necromancy spell, you can raise them to fight alongside you, rename them, whatever, and they will fight with you. All 3 of them kind of have their own little side quest of finding who they were before they died. Angus is kind of your primary antagonist. I've got him here in case I want to end up having a password that you get for beating a certain ending that allows you to play as Angus during the intro, but I'm not sure on that one. And Gus is Gus. There's not really much more I can say about him at the moment. But the Shadow is from the Shadow Twist spell. Similar to the Blood Golem, it will just fight alongside you in battle. Now, the maps themselves. So as you can see, I'm not too good at map making. And that is kind of something I hope to get better at as I go along. I probably just need to add more detailing out to it. But every house here I want to be enterable, which I have the locations for all of them except this here, which will be the main base inn. Yeah, the Elden Town rest stop, which I have actually got done. And Southside is kind of where it all is. There's the Elden Town Manor, and here's where I can explain the first mechanic that I've kind of imported from Fear and Hunger 2 with this guy here, Dallas. So Dallas, every character that is alone after the game starts, you can attack and attempt to kill at any time. And Dallas is the first one that you can attempt to kill, but he doesn't go down easy. Killing contestants is a pathway to one of the endings. There are 4 endings I've kind of got in mind that I have put pen to paper and concepted. But one of them is killing all contestants. Yeah, just killing all contestants. So if you want to go that route, you can ambush and kill everyone else at any point. It's not recommended as in the early game, as he is really tough to take on. But there are 2 other instances in the south side of Elden Town that you can do this at. I'm so sorry, by the way, that this is going to be really boring. They are in House Interior 2, where Argus is here and you can attack him alone. And Interior 5. Now, Interior 5 not only has Lucius that you can ambush and kill, but it also has the Chef. And the Chef is easier to kind of explain in a battle and explain a lot more with the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the first section that I have completed up to and show off a few of the few of the mechanics and things as I go on. So yeah, let's get started, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna... There we go. So I'm gonna do this on a new game, and I will be adding more music to this and more backstory, but you get to pick your character. And so I have Frankie, who gets Pickpocket as her exclusive skill. Haida, who gets Summon Blood Golem as his exclusive skill. I don't quite know what I want for Quinlan's unique one, and Lucius, I don't remember off the top of my head. I've been kind of playing through as Hyder for most of this, so I'm gonna pick Frankie this time. And so you get to pick you get two choices of three, and it gives you either a skill or an item. So, for instance, if I pick worked as a bodyguard, I will get poison toss from Frankie's skill tree, and then if I pick a new shield, I will get a wooden buckler. So, oh, bugger, it's broken. Oh well, I'll fix that later. So, yeah, Illusion Town itself is big, and I will be adding a lot more to it. I just kind of want to get the basics on the ground where all the houses will be. And you can enter any of these houses at any time. Nothing will happen until you go through here. Now, in here, everyone will be waiting. All 13 other people here at once. The character that you are will not spawn here. So, for instance, if I was playing as anyone else, Frankie would be here, or I think here, looking at something. And you can, of course, speak to everyone and just get a little bit about them. In order to indicate a side door, I have used these railings, I think they are, to indicate door frames. And the two up here, Lucius and Killian, will just wander around randomly. Everyone else is stationary. And another thing I really like is the on approach event command that I use here to indicate all this. But yeah, so Unga's here is here to tell everyone that they have to kill each other or everyone will die. So yeah, and here I'll go through all of the characters and their names, except for him. I'll get back to him. So we have Mars, who is a martial artist. I'm pretty sure I made him. Frankie, of course, who's a thief. Aurea, who is a medic. Vigord is a knight. Annie is a shrine maiden. Hyder, the lonely mage. Nora, an archer. Argus, a warlock. Quinlan, the protector. Baust, who's things the wrong way, who is, I think, the henchman. Killian, the swordsman. Lucius, the sailor. And Calliope, the occultist. There is one character that doesn't have their name introduced to you in this cutscene, out of the main 14. Oh, and this is a thing. So it is split into 5 days with 3 segments: morning, noon, and night. And at each time passes, you will get told how many contestants are left alive. Which variables, wild. So if we go back down to the library, he's still here. And if you speak to him here, he'll introduce himself as Dallas, and he is the mercenary. So yeah, you've got more questions. You can attack him at any time. He's got like 1,000 health and 35 attacks. He's not recommended, but you can ask him more questions, or you can just leave him alone. So now, if I go outside, there is a fair few important mechanics that I will eventually get around to introducing properly. And one of them is navigate. I don't have doors on the interiors or anything, but there are items around the place that will give evidence as to what exactly has gone on here. This can be viewed at any time from the evidence book, which has 4 sections: missing people, monsters from the fog, the ritual, and an escape. So, because I just read that book, I now have information about the missing people. The other important ones of note is, in here you can find Argus, and same as Dallas, you can just attack him. outright, but if you ask him what he's doing here, you get more evidence that all the clocks have stopped in town. So, yeah, that's worth of note. And, wow, like, it's actually really hard to speak about aspects of a character without sounding like you're waffling. Every character, of course, has their own unique equipment, slots. Is it in here? Yes. So, in here is a chest that has armor in it. And now for the part that has kind of taken up the most of my developmental runtime, the chef's house. So in here, I need to put a door there, but Lucius is trapped in that room and he can't get out. And if you go in here, the chef will stop you. There's a chest in here with a kitchen knife. Now I'm going to drop a save here, because there's actually multiple ways to go about this. Now that we have gone inside, we can't leave. The trigger for that is when the chef tells you to take your seat. And you can ask him questions, same as all the other characters. Yeah, so he's just the chef. And you have two options here. You can attack him and kill him, and you'll get the key to let Lucius out. Alternatively, you can sit down for dinner. And there are two big consequences for doing this. The first one is that you've kind of accidentally been forced to cannibalize Lucius. You get the violently ill debuff, which can only be cured by resting, which gives you an HP and an attack cut. You also get the bloody bandana, that is a headwear, but I can't equip it because I don't know what type it is. But the important thing to note is that Lucius is gone, and he is dead. I don't have any way to like track how many people are left, but Lucius is full on dead there. The other way that you can handle the chef's house is attacking him. And that's not going to be a magic spell. But he's a decently easy fight. He's only got 300 health. But he's more so a bit of a check for some of the weaker characters than anything else. And you get two items from this. You get a meat tenderizer, which is a weapon that I don't think Frankie can equip, and the chef's key. And this will allow you to go into this room and talk to Lucius. You can kill him here. You can attack him and kill him. I don't know why you do it, but you can. But if you choose investigating, he will give you the Journal of Franklin Dubois. And then he'll leave, and he is considered alive at this way, and you can leave once more. Reading Dubois' journal gives you more evidence, and a couple more important characters to look out for. Now, this is the way that I'm going to handle this debacle, because I don't personally want to kill Lucius just yet. But if I go back to the editor, because that music's getting grating. So, as much as I don't like it, my eventual plan is for there to be limited saves. I've only got saving on now for my own sanity, because I need to be able to test things properly. But you will only get one guaranteed save after the introduction to the killing each other. And apart from that, you can only save at the Eldentown rest stop in this single bed here. There will, well, at least for this floor. That is the only place you'll be able to rest in to recover health, cure illnesses, and progress time. As you progress time, certain events will continue without you. For instance, the chef's house. If you don't go into the chef's house before day one morning ends, Lucius will die, and the chef will leave to go find more food. The other ones of note is in House Interior 2. Argus will leave this room after day one morning, and you permanently lose the evidence piece that he has. And Dallas will leave the library in day two morning, which loses an opportunity in day one morning, which will lose an opportunity for you to kill him. There is one other mechanic that I want to show from my walkthrough with what I've got as Frankie. And that is down here, I'm pretty sure, or is it? I don't know where it is, but it's around some. Ah, here we are. This one. So there will be people that... Oh, there's a chair where there should not be. There are people that wander around. And if you walk into him, you'll be attacked by two succumb. Now, they're pretty easy to kill. They're not too much of a threat. I say that as I get my ass handed to me. But there is an important reason to get into fights. And I'll explain as soon as we're finished. Because, oh, that's not meant to be that one. You can search the bodies of defeated enemies for money. And you can cut off heads. Which isn't working properly. But you get creature heads this way. There are a limited number of creature heads in each area. And you are limited to as many as you can obtain. If you waste them, you waste them. I'm just going to fix this. Oh, I know. Where is it? Sorry about this, folks. I'll fix it later. Oh yeah, so creature heads you need to purchase skills from the skill merchant, and money can be used to purchase items from the traveling merchant. In a similar vein, the traveling merchant can be attacked and killed for his spirit. But if I go down to here, of course, there's Dallas, Argus, and Lucius, who are the three you can actually attack. And all three of them drop their spirits alongside something related to them. But there's gaps in between them. And similarly to Fear and Hunger 2, that this game is being inspired by heavily, if you don't kill people, eventually they will start turning into monsters and kill each other that way. I want to do something similar here, but I don't quite know how. So I have ideas for Dallas's. And for that I need... Not these. Where is it? Still getting used to everything here. A dragon. And so, after a certain point, which I think will be day 2 night, Dallas will turn into the dragon and start wandering around a location, and you can kill him that way to get his spirit if you don't want to actually kill him. So it's very symbolic, the transformations. There are 3 examples that I can think of that I will list off here from Fear and Hunger. Marina, Olivia, and Ursa have their Moonscorch forms of the Cocoon, the Mechanical Dance, and the Mastermind. Editing me will have images up so you can know what I'm talking about. But Marina is canonically a trans woman, and her monster Moonscorch form is the Cocoon. In the Cocoon, it has a lot of references and symbolism inside it. Namely, her head being where her genitalia should be normally indicates her feelings about her body, and the thing behind her is meant to be a representation of her controlling father. Olivia is wheelchair bound for the entirety of the game. The mechanical dance symbolizes that, as she is one with the wheelchair. She even has a dialogue line where if you ask her as a mechanical dance what happened to her, she'll just say that she's always been like this, which is a representation, obviously, of how she feels about being in a wheelchair. And Ursa's mastermind form is a reference. It's a pulsating growth on his head. And if you examine the corpse after you kill it, it talks about how the growth is still alive and is puppeting the body. It's a reference to Ursa being a very free-speaking person, free-spirited person. So Dallas's monster form being the dragon, there's a reason for it, is all I'll say. How are we doing for time? Oh my god, half a fucking hour already. So that is about everything that I have to talk about at the moment. My goal is to get all of the Ildentown north side, south side, and the not yet built slum side finished before the next developer commentary. And I don't want a playable build to be released until an ending is possible. So I will probably go for the ending that I have dubbed The Who Plays the Game, because it's the easiest one to obtain. You just have to kill everyone else. But the other ending that I would like to try and get in a playable demo, so that if you guys don't want to kill all these characters, you don't have to, called The Who Defies the Game. That requires me to do the Ildentown Abandoned Mines, the Black Mold cave, and the ritual site, but it is possible, so I will see how things go. Thank you for watching, everyone, and yeah, so we'll leave. So yeah, feedback's appreciated, not required, and again, I will hopefully give all the locations a bit of a touch up as we go on. But yeah, we will see you later, and hopefully I'll trim a little bit of the fat off for this video. So see ya!